Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to see the continuation for the lesson 11, that is fundamentals of organic chemistry. Before your exam, so we are continuing for that lesson. Now we are continuing the same lesson. The topic is reduction in element in the organic compound. What is meant by deduction? Deduction means what is meant by estimation, deduction of element in organic compound, whether the compound is present or not. So what is meant by organic compound? Organic compound containing what are the elements? So carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and halogen, phosphorus. So here that is the organic compound does not the containing analysis of the organic compound. What are the first step for this reduction is analysis of the organic compound. So reduction of element, whether how many elements are present in that particular organic compound. So that is the principal elements. Major organic compound means the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. That is the major organic compound. Remaining including that nitrogen, sulfur and halogen. What is meant by halogens? Halogen mean what are the element present including the halogen? Chlorine, bromine, iodine and fluorine. Okay, so these are all the halogen compound. Next one is phosphorus. So these are all the small amount of addition of this organic compound. This compound also present in this organic compound. Next one is metals. Metals like lithium, magnesium and zinc. These are also present in the form of organometallic compound. Organic compound containing metals, that is called as organometallic compound. How to detect this? First we are going to see the deduction of carbon and hydrogen. So what is meant by deduction of carbon and hydrogen? So whether the carbon is present in that organic compound or hydrogen present in that compound. What is the test you are using to find out the carbon and hydrogen? This is the first one. So here the compound under the investigation, the organic is, there is no need test for this carbon. Carbon, whether all the organic compound containing, because carbon is the backbone of this organic compound. So that is only the test is performed, they established whether the compound is present or not. Okay, so that is the another one. So here first one is copper oxide test. What is meant by copper oxide test? So here that is the organic substance is mixed with the 3 times of this weight of dry copper oxide, the carbon. Suppose this is the organic compound, we are adding with the 3 times. So that is the 3 times twice copper oxide. So that is copper oxide, right? So after then what will happen? So dry copper oxide, by grinding the mixture, and after then it is the placed in the glass test tube fit with the delivery tube, the other end of which is dipping into the lime water. So here that is one test tube is there. Here again one delivery tube. So what is meant by delivery tube? Both the sides are open, right? That is here, that is time containing. This is the lime water, right? This is the test tube. Here organic compound, right? Organic compound plus again copper oxide. So this is the mixture is here lime water. We already studied. So the carbon is turned lime water into milky, right? So here that is the carbon dioxide. Suppose the carbon dioxide is present in that compound, the carbon dioxide turn lime water into milky evolves. That is we already studied in the lower classes. Here also the same principle we are using here. That is the organic compound, the copper oxide is taken in that, in a hot tube, it is connected with the delivery tube. So the other end is dipping into the lime water in the other test tube. The mixture is heated. So after then it is continuously heated, right? So here that is the continuously heated. What will happen? The mixture is heated strongly, the reaction takes place. So that is copper oxide, carbon dioxide is evolved, right? Carbon dioxide and copper. Again hydrogen is present in that compound. So hydrogen again react with copper oxide to form this water molecule, that is water vapor will be evolved. So if the carbon is present, it is oxidized to carbon dioxide, turn lime water into milky evolves. If the hydrogen is also present, it is oxidized water which condenses in a small droplet on the cooler wall of the test tube. And inside the bulb, water is collected, and the suppose in case the organic compound containing carbon means what will happen? The carbon react with copper oxide, it is converted into carbon dioxide. So what is the use, how to identify the carbon dioxide released means the compound. So the carbon dioxide turns lime water into milky evolve. So the solution lime water into converted into milky means that is the compound containing carbon. Again another same thing, the hydrogen. So hydrogen react with copper oxide to form the water molecule. Again, this hydrogen, the water vapor is condensed after then cool. The water vapor is evolved, the compound containing hydrogen. Okay, this is the way we can identify. Water is collected on the hand, it is copper sulfate. Suppose the water is present, mean how it will be identified. That is the copper sulfate, anhydrous copper sulfate. So which turns anhydrous copper sulfate into blue. So that is the white color copper sulfate turn into blue color copper sulfate. So this is the confirmed presence of carbon. This is the colorless. When water vapor is formed, it is in blue color. Okay. So this is the way I identify this hydrogen. This is hydrogen identification. This is carbon identification. Okay. So this is the copper oxide test. Next one is deduction using the deduction of nitrogen. Next one is deduction of nitrogen. Deduction of nitrogen. How to deduction of nitrogen? Using the Lassine test. What is meant by Lassine's test? What is meant by Lassine test? So what is meant by Lassine test? So here the deduction of the Lassine sodium fusion test. So the other name of the Lassine test, sodium fusion test. What is sodium fusion test? So how to taking the organic compound react with. So P size sodium metal we are added. Sodium metal. After then it will be strongly heated into red hot. Strongly heated into red hot. First what is meant by Lassine test? We are taking the first one is the organic compound react with sodium metal. These all the compound are taken in a fusion tube. What is meant by fusion tube? It is not a normal tube. It is a small size tube. Okay. So the tube size is like that. A small piece of tube. A small piece of sodium is a metal, right? Sodium is a brown color metal. We can easily cut that sodium metal. Small piece of sodium metal is placed here, including pinch of organic compound is mixed with that, heated in a red hot. After then, the tube is broken into a china dish containing water. So after red hot, the china dish containing water, the tube is break into china dish. After that it is heated, then filtered. The filtrate is called the Lassine extract or sodium fusion extract. After then the filtrate is called. What is meant by filtrate? Filtrate அப்படினா அதுக்கு கீழ நம்ம வடிகட்டினதுக்கு அப்புறம் அது கீழ உள்ள தண்ணி, அதுக்கு தான் பேரு வந்து filtrate. So the filtrate is called the sodium carbonate, sodium extract. Okay, so first one is என்ன பண்றோம், முதல்ல ஒரு ஆர்கானிக் டெஸ்ட் டியூப் எடுத்துக்கிறோம். டெஸ்ட் டியூப்ல வந்து இது நார்மல் டெஸ்ட் டியூப் கிடையாது, இஸ் a fusion tube, ரைட்? இப்படி சின்ன சைஸ்ல இவ்வளவு தண்டி தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ அதுல வந்து என்ன பண்றோம், ஸ்மால் பீஸ் ஆஃப் சோடியம் மெட்டல் ஆட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். அது கூட ஆர்கானிக் காம்பவுண்ட் ஆட் பண்ணி ரெட் ஹாட்டாக ஹீட் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ ரெட் ஹாட் அப்படின்னா அந்த டியூபே வந்து ரெட் ஆகிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ணுறோம், ஒரு சைனா டிஷ்ஷில் கொஞ்சம் தண்ணி எடுத்துட்டு அதில் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறோம், இது டியூபை வந்து பிரேக் பண்ணுறோம். தண்ணியில் வச்சாலே ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காகவே இது பிரேக் ஆகிடும். ஒரு சாஃப்ட் டியூப், நம்ம கையை வச்சு ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணாலே இது உடஞ்சிடும். ஸோ அந்த டியூபை எடுத்துட்டு திருப்பி அகெயின் we are heated for 10 minutes. After then filter, the filtrate is called the sodium extract. Okay, now after then this can be used for the Lassine filtrate. This test can be used to identify this different compound. First one is test for nitrogen. Test for nitrogen means now the compound, the Lassine's test, sodium extract containing, this is the nitrogen, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, all the organic compound present in that compound. First we are taking nitrogen is present, converted into sodium cyanide. Again, this first one is we are taking this sodium and carbon plus nitrogen. These are all from the organic compound, right? ஆர்கானிக் காம்பவுண்டில் என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கும்? சோடியம் இருக்கும். இப்போ நம்ம வந்து சோடியம் கூட ஆட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறதுனால சோடியம் இருக்கும், கார்பன் இருக்கும், நைட்ரஜன் இருக்கும். ஸோ இப்போ நைட்ரஜன் ப்ரெசன்ட் ஆகி இருந்தா ஸோ இது மூணும் சேர்ந்து என்ன பண்ணும்? ஸோ ஆஃப்டர் தென் இட் இஸ் கன்வெர்டட் இன்டு sodium cyanide. So இதெல்லாம் இருந்து sodium cyanide. After then this sodium hydroxide ferrous sulfate mixture. After then the excess of ferrous sulfate and sodium hydroxide we are adding. What will happen? Excess of sodium, OH twice, ferric hydroxide, sodium sulfate. Okay, this is the another one. Ferrous sulfate, sodium hydroxide, ferric hydroxide and sodium sulfate. After then we are mixed with this sodium cyanide and this combine two things. First one is sodium cyanide, again ferric hydroxide. Okay, after then sodium ferrocyanide is a complex compound will be formed. Sodium ferrocyanide is a complex compound will be formed. After then okay, so after then the sodium ferrocyanide react with ferric chloride to change into Prussian blue color or green precipitate Fe4 Fe CN6. Okay, first one is என்ன பண்றோம்? சோடியம் கார்பன் நைட்ரஜனோட சேர்ந்து மூணு சோடியம் சயனைட் ஆயிடுது. ஃபெரஸ் சல்ஃபேட்டோட ஆட் பண்ணும்போது ஃபெரிக் ஹைட்ராக்சைடு சோடியம் சல்ஃபேட் கிடைக்குது. அகைன் த சோடியம் சயனைடும் ஃபெரிக் ஹைட்ராக்சைடு சேர்ந்து சோடியம் ஃபெரோசைனைடுங்கிற காம்பவுண்ட் கிடைக்குது. சோடியம் ஃபெரோசைனைட். வாட் இஸ் த காம்பவுண்ட் நேம்? sodium ferrocyanide. Sodium ferrocyanide. After then the sodium ferrocyanide react with ferric chloride FeCl3 in a ferric chloride to form the Prussian blue. Ferric ferrocyanide. What is the compound name? Ferric ferrocyanide. That is the Prussian blue color. This is important for 1 mark question and 2 mark question. This equation is very very important. So this sometimes they are asking the compound name. So what is identify the Prussian blue? So it's slight changes in this organic compound, coordination compound this is. So there are slight changes in the coordination compound. Which one is identify Prussian blue? So Fe4 FeCN6. Okay, so this is the Prussian blue. So this is the another one. This is for test for nitrogen. In case both nitrogen and sulfur present in that compound. So this is only carbon and nitrogen. Now we are mixing with the nitrogen along with the sulfur. So what is the reaction takes place? Sodium, carbon, nitrogen and sulfur. We are heating. What will happen? Sodium sulfocyanide will be formed. So that is sodium sulfocyanide will be formed, right? Sodium sulfocyanide will be formed. After then sodium cyanide Na sulfocyanide, again ferric chloride to form the blood red color FeCN. So what is this? That is blood red color, ferric sulfocyanide. Okay, so what is this compound? Ferric sulfocyanide is a blood red color. So during cinema shooting, so they are using for false blood. So that is the blood red color. The solution only ferric sulfocyanide. It is look like a real blood. So that is the using for the cinema and the cinematography. Okay, so that is sodium cyanide sulfocyanide react with ferric chloride to form the ferric sulfocyanide compound will be formed. This is for the identification of carbon, nitrogen along with the sulfur. Next we are going to see the test for the sulfur. Test for sulfur. What are the tests for sulfur? Now we are taking the lysine extract. Sodium nitroprusside solution will be added. Okay, now we are, that is sodium sulfide, the sulfur. So this is the freshly prepared. What is this one? This is for the sodium extract, right? The sulfur is present in that sodium extract. Sodium nitroprusside solution. What is sodium nitroprusside? FeCN5NO. Sodium nitroprusside. Sodium nitroprusside. Sodium nitroprusside. Again to form a deep violet color, preparation is obtained along the compound containing sulfur. Na4FeCN5NOS. Okay, so this is the another one. This is called as, this is violet color precipitate will be obtained mean the compound containing sulfur. Okay, violet test for sulfur. Sodium sulfate when react with freshly prepared sodium nitroprusside to form the violet precipitate Na4FeCN5NOS is a violet precipitate will be obtained. This is the test for sulfur. Another portion of the lysine extract with the acetic acid. Another test. This is the first test. Another test we are adding with that acetic acid. So that is again sodium sulfide plus acetic acid. What is the form? Lead acetate. Acetic acid added, lead acetate solution. CH3COO twice Pb. Okay. So this is called as lead acetate solution to form the black precipitate, lead sulfide. That is the black precipitate will be obtained. The compound containing sulfur. Black precipitate. Again CH3COO Okay, so that is the sodium acetate. Sodium acetate. The black precipitate is obtained. The compound containing sulfur. This is the test for sulfur. This is the two test for sulfur. So next one is oxidation test. So next one is oxidation test. What is oxidation test? The organic substance potassium nitrate and sodium carbonate. The sulfur is present. It is oxidized to sulfate. Suppose sodium carbonate plus sulfur plus oxygen. So this is the sodium carbonate oxidized with oxygen and sulfur to form the sodium sulfate. Then carbon dioxide. Again the sodium sulfate is react with barium chloride. It will form the white precipitate. So again barium chloride will react with Na2SO4. That is sodium sulfate to form the barium sulfate plus NaCl. Okay. So this is the another one. So the barium sulfate is a white precipitate. White precipitate. The white precipitate is obtained mean is a oxidation test. It's the identification of this presence of sulfur. Using the sodium carbonate present sulfur, it is will be oxidized mean it will be form the white precipitate. Normal reaction mean it is form the black precipitate. Okay. So next one is test for halogen. This is also important one. Test for halogen. What is the test for halogen? So what is the test for halogen? First one is, what is meant by halogen? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. In all the halogen, they represent X. X is in organic chemistry. X is represent is a halogen. Okay. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So first one is, this is the lysine filtrate, add dilute nitric acid. So here the lysine filtrate contain, again react with, added with halogens to heated that compound, that is sodium halide. After then the sodium halide react with silver nitrate. So what is meant by silver nitrate? AgNO3. It will be converted into silver halide to form the precipitate, to form the sodium nitrate. According to that color, Okay, this is the precipitate. According to that color, the identification of this compound. Suppose white precipitate, curdy white precipitate, curdy white precipitate obtained means white precipitate identify, that is the chlorine. Okay, again pale yellow precipitate, that is called as presence of bromine. Okay, another one is yellow precipitate, that is presence of iodine. Yellow precipitate, presence of iodine. Pale yellow precipitate, so that is curdy white. Important question, 1 mark question. According to the color to identify the compound, white precipitate means chlorine, yellow precipitate bromine, yellow precipitate, that is pale yellow precipitate, that is the yellow precipitate. Here curdy white precipitate is soluble in ammonia solution, the curdy white precipitate. Pale yellow precipitate sparingly in a partly soluble in ammonia, that is this one is insoluble in ammonia. Okay, so this is the oxidation test for halogens. Next one is, what are the nitrogen sulfur present in the compound along with that one. So next one is sodium cyanide react with nitric acid. Sodium cyanide react with nitric acid HNO3 heated to form the sodium nitrate plus hydrogen cyanide. Then sodium sulfide nitric acid heated with to form the sodium nitrate. Next again further heating with the sodium cyanide with silver nitrate to form the AgCN cyanide compound. Again sodium cyanide, sodium nitrate. Again sodium sulfate plus silver nitrate, Ag2S. Okay, what is the meaning for that? Suppose in case nitrogen sulfur along with halogen, the compound containing nitrogen sulfur along with halogen means this is the reaction. First the sodium cyanide react nitric acid to convert it into sodium nitrate. Again sodium sulfate nitric acid to form the sodium nitrate. Sodium cyanide silver nitrate to form the silver cyanide sodium nitrate. Again sodium sulfate silver nitrate silver. So this is the formed as a precipitate. This is the white precipitate. This is also white precipitate. This is also black precipitate. Black precipitate. Okay, so that's all about this test for halogens. Next one is test for phosphorus. So next one is test for sulfur. First one is sodium carbonate, the organic compound. Organic compound react with sodium carbonate plus potassium nitrate. Okay, potassium nitrate. Suppose phosphorus is present in that compound, it will oxidize to sodium phosphate. Sodium phosphate. Sodium phosphate. After then again it will added boiled with the concentrated nitric acid. Concentrated nitric acid. A canary yellow precipitate. Canary yellow precipitate will be obtained. So that is this yellow color precipitate is the identification of this phosphorus. First என்ன பண்றோம், organic compound sodium carbonate potassium nitrite எடுத்து ஆட் பண்றோம். அதில் phosphorus இருந்ததுன்னா it is converted into sodium phosphate. Again it is heated with boiling with concentrated nitric acid. It is to form the canary yellow precipitate. That's all about the deduction of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus and halogen. That's all about this deduction. So next topic is estimation of elements. What is meant by estimation of element? So deduction means what is the whether the compound is present or not. That is called as qualitative. So next one is quantitative analysis. So whether the composition weight. So how much amount the compound will be. So after the deduction of this element, whether how much amount of this compound present in that organic compound. So that is the weight. So estimation அப்படினா எவ்வளவு amount வந்து element வந்து present ஆகிருக்கு. நம்ம இவ்வளவு நேரம் பார்த்தது whether the compound அந்த compoundல இருக்குதா இல்லையா, நைட்ரஜன் present ஆயிருந்தா இந்த கலர் வரும், ஆக்சிஜன் present ஆயிருந்தா இந்த கலர் வரும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணோம். இப்போ estimation அப்படினா இப்போ present ஆகியிருக்கு, how much it will be present. So that is called as estimation of elements. Okay. So here in this chapter we are going to learn the estimation of carbon, hydrogen, sulfur and halogens. These are going to learn for this estimation of this compound. First one is estimation of carbon, estimation of carbon and hydrogen. Okay, what is meant by estimation of carbon and hydrogen? First one is known weight of this organic compound, excess of oxygen. The carbon is hydrogen present in that oxidized to carbon dioxide and water respectively. That is we already studied now. So that is this is X and hydrogen Y. This is the organic compound, right? Again it will excess of oxygen. It will oxidize to carbon dioxide. This is the general representation. Y/2 molecule of water molecule. This is the carbon dioxide. That is the reduction we studied. The copper oxide, carbon dioxide present. How much carbon dioxide is present. So now the apparatus, how to weight of this carbon dioxide and the hydrogen, how it will be calculated. So what are the apparatus? First one is apparatus used. Apparatus. First one is oxygen supply. Oxygen supply. How it will be oxygen supply. Remove the moisture from the oxygen is allowed to the bubble through the sulfuric acid. ஒரு U tube எடுத்துக்கிறோம். Okay, so oxygen supply U tube. So no diagram in your textbook. So here, okay, this is the apparatus used for this estimation of carbon and hydrogen. First apparatus is oxygen supply. So this is the pure oxygen supply to the combustion tube. The combustion tube is contained, both the sides are contained copper wire gas. So here the sample is placed inside the combustion tube. So that is what is the purpose we are using this wire gas. No backward reaction will be occur. So here that is in this furnace, copper oxide will be present in this furnace, the combustion tube. What will happen now? The sample is placed in the platinum cup. This is the platinum cup. These are the apparatus used in the combustion tubes. Okay. So here that is the pure oxygen is supplied to the combustion tube. The combustion tube, both sides are contained copper wire gas. Then the samples are placed in this platinum wire gas. So after then the copper oxide is also placed in this furnace. So now the heated will be started. So what will happen? They react with the organic compound. The carbon is present, it react with copper oxide. It will oxidize to carbon dioxide. So how much carbon dioxide is released? That is we are using the absorption apparatus. So here the absorption apparatus. Again first one is fume is here, that is the apparatus containing, and it is magnesium perchloride. So here that is the tube containing magnesium chloride. Again another one is potassium hydroxide solution. So here that is the calcium chloride and the guard tube. So what will happen? Suppose the carbon dioxide is released, mean it is absorbed by the potassium hydroxide. Again the water molecule is absorbed by the water vapor is present, mean it is absorbed by the calcium chloride. So what is the procedure here? First one is the carbon dioxide is absorbed by this potassium hydroxide. So how much the initial weight of the potassium hydroxide will be calculated. After absorbing the carbon dioxide, the potassium hydroxide gas will be calculated. Again the same thing, water vapor will be calculated. After absorbing by the calcium chloride, the weight will be calculated. The difference between this two weight, we can easily calculate the percentage of this carbon and the hydrogen. So small calculation will be there using this calculation. So weight of this organic compound, weight of the organic compound, weight of the organic compound we are taking as W gram, right? Then increase in weight of water molecule, that is X gram. Again, weight of carbon dioxide, increase in weight of carbon dioxide, so that is called as Y gram. So how to calculate it? So that is the weight of water molecule weight is X gram, carbon dioxide weight is Y gram. So next one is 18 gram of water contain 2 gram of hydrogen. So what is the meaning for the 80 gram? So 18 gram of water contain 2 gram of hydrogen. So how it will be calculated? Molecular weight of water, hydrogen H2O, hydrogen is 2 plus oxygen 16 is equal to 18. So water molecule 18 le 2 gram of water hydrogen. So the water molecule total weight 18 gram, 2 gram of hydrogen. Okay, so that is the 18 gram of water contain 2 gram of hydrogen. So X gram of water contain. So that is 2 by 18 into X by total X gram of hydrogen. Okay. So now the percentage of hydrogen. How to calculate? So that is 2 by 18 into X by W into 100. This is the percentage calculation. Okay. So this is the first one. Second one. So 44 gram of carbon dioxide. 44 gram of carbon dioxide contain 12 gram of carbon. So what is the meaning for the total weight of carbon dioxide? Carbon 12, oxygen 16 into 2. Okay, so that is 44. 44 gram of carbon dioxide contain. So here the 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Total weight of carbon dioxide is 44. 44 la carbon ethna carbon irukku ore or carbon irukku, so that is 44 gram of carbon containing 12 gram of carbon. So that is the reason we can write like this. So now Y gram of carbon dioxide contain how much? Contain is equal to 12 by 44 into Y by W gram of carbon. So Y, that is into Y gram, the total weight of organic compound. Here also the total weight of organic compound. Now the percentage of carbon equal to 12 by 44 into Y by W into 100. Okay, this is the percentage of carbon and hydrogen. Using this calculation, we can easily calculate the amount of carbon and hydrogen present in the organic compound can be calculated. Okay, that's all about this estimation of carbon and the hydrogen. Your textbook, that is evaluate yourself in your textbook, they are giving one problem using the same compound. The total, this is the W gram, right? That is total weight of W gram of organic compound gave gram of 0.25 carbon dioxide in combustion. Calculate the percentage of. So weight of the organic compound, this is W, water X in vechirukrom, carbon dioxide Y in vechirukrom. Okay, so percentage of hydrogen நம்ம அதே தான் 18 gram of carbon contain 2 hydrogen. So here what is the formula? 2 by 18 into X by W into 100. Okay, so 2 by 18 into 100 is equal to 1.66%. Then percentage of carbon 12 by 44. So the same compound into carbon. So this is the percentage. This is sometimes they are asking for the problem. Using this formula, you can use this, you can do it yourself, evaluate yourself, the same molecular formula, carbon and hydrogen. Okay, so you can use it. Organic compound containing combustion gives this, calculate the percentage of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. You can find out carbon and hydrogen. Finally, you have to calculate the percentage of oxygen. Okay, you can try it, evaluate yourself. Okay, thank you children. See the next video.